strategy. So let me just go over a few really important points. The first thing I do is I go to the daily chart and highlight all the price support and resistance levels. I like to look at least 4 or 5 months of activity, and because that's the amount of data I feel I need to find significant areas of previous support and resistance, and where we would most likely find a reaction in the future. These are the areas I highlighted on the daily, so when I'm on the 1 hour, I don't have to check and go back to the daily to see if there's an area that price is most likely to turn around. So let's go to the 1 hour chart, and we're going to go to those areas that we may find a trade. So here was the first trade. We have 2 green candles followed by an alert. Your entry would have been 8 pips below the close of the alert candle, and there was your trade. And there was another trade here, and prior to this one, and the same thing happened. Price came up to the highlighted area. We have an alert signal. Your entry is 8 pips below the close of the alert signal. Your stop loss is above the alert signal, alert candle, and this went down about 115 pips. Let's see if there's another trade set up. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles try to penetrate the resistance level, and it just failed. There's your alert candle, and you would have been entering somewhere around here, 8 pips below this alert candle. Price went down over 200 pips on this trade. Okay, and I think that was the only trades we had yet on the resistance. Let's go back and look at the highlighted areas that were on the daily chart. And this is a highlighted area, and we don't really have any trade setups here because price did not really go up that much, except for this one. I think this was the first one. We have 4 red candles followed by an alert candle, and this one up, you would have made about 40 pips on that trade. And then this one here, we have 4 red candles followed by an alert candle, and this one did move quite a bit, went all the way back up to the resistance, which is about almost 300 pips. And here's another chart. This is the pound US dollar. Notice this previous resistance, price just shot back down, and then it came back up months later. This is back in March, and this is August. So let's go to the 1 hour chart. This is the daily chart. I highlighted these areas here. Let's start with this one first, the most recent, which is back in August. Go to 1 hour chart, and here's the highlighted area on the 1 hour. So let's scroll in and see if there's a setup based on the 1 hour scalp system. And the first one didn't really work. You would have been stopped out. Actually, you wouldn't have been stopped out. Let's say if you would have taken this trade. We have 3 green candles. Here's the alert candle. Your stop loss needed to be 10 pips above the alert candle, and it didn't take you out the second time. We have 2 alert candles again. I'm sorry, 2 green candles followed by an alert candle, and this went down about, let's see, entry would have been about here. It's about 28 pips. This is why I like trading the pound New Zealand dollars. You can make quite a bit of money on that pair. Here is another trade setup, and here's the 3 green candles. It is in the highlighted area of the daily chart, and this went up down about 30 pips on this trade. And this one is much better trade here a few days later. Entry is down here. We have 4 green candles followed by an alert, and this one went about 65 pips. And then here was a couple more. Here was another trade setup. Barely touched the highlighted area, but we did have 4 green candles followed by an alert. About 60 pips on that trade. Here's another setup on the same pair. Here's the highlighted area based on the daily chart. We have 4, 5 green candles followed by an alert. Your stop loss is 10 pips above the alert candle, and and this one was a much better trade, over 130 somewhat pips. Let's see if there's any more in the highlighted area. So there was no more trades, but there were other trades, but not in the high probability setups off the daily. There were also others based on the 4-hour chart, and I'll go over those in another video. But initially I like to use a daily chart, and then if I don't see any setups in the daily chart, then I go down to the 4-hour chart and then highlight areas of resistance and support. And there was one here I know on the 4-hour chart, and also in this level here.